Hey everyone, welcome back to Iraqi Dinar, your trusted source for breaking updates and deep dives into everything happening with the dinar revaluation. Today's story is absolutely massive, one of the most important developments we've seen in years. According to new reports and confirmed insider information, only 4 major banks have officially been approved and authorized to handle Iraqi dinar exchanges once the revaluation, or RV, goes live. Yes, you heard that right. Just 4 banks. This isn't speculation or rumor anymore. It's being verified through internal memos, cross-checked by financial insiders, and echoed through both U.S. and Iraqi banking channels. If you hold dinar or are even thinking about getting in, you need to understand who these 4 banks are, why they were chosen, and exactly what this means when it's finally time to exchange. Because when the switch flips, you won't have time to guess. You'll need to act smart and fast. Now let's talk about what's confirmed so far. Multiple insiders are from banking offices in both Iraq and the U.S. and have stated that the U.S. Treasury and the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, have finalized coordinated agreements with 4 specific financial institutions to handle currency, redemptions and exchanges once the dinar officially becomes internationally tradable. This process isn't random, and it's definitely not open to every bank on the corner. It's a tightly controlled rollout monitored by both governments to guarantee that everything happens securely, transparently, and legally from the very first moment. So why only 4? The answer is pretty straightforward. The upcoming revaluation isn't a small event. It's a global-scale operation. Not every bank has the infrastructure or clearance to manage that kind of financial and security complexity. An RV of this magnitude involves compliance verification, digital tracking, massive liquidity management, and coordination across several financial systems all at once. Most smaller or regional banks just aren't built for that. They lack the real-time international settlement networks and treasury-level systems required for such a huge currency transition. But these 4 banks? They've been quietly preparing for months behind the scenes. They've been upgrading their internal systems, training staff, and even constructing private exchange rooms for verified clients. Why all the secrecy and preparation? Because when this event officially activates, exchanges need to process within hours, not weeks. This isn't about favoritism. It's about readiness. Only the institutions that are truly ready will handle the initial wave. Now, the question everyone's been waiting for: who are these 4? Based on the most recent confirmations, the banks cleared for Iraqi dinar exchanges are Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citibank. 4 of the biggest names in U.S. finance, each directly connected to the U.S. Treasury and the Central Bank of Iraq. Every one of these institutions has established international settlement systems and government-level partnerships that make them fully compliant for high-value foreign currency operations. Here's how each one fits into the puzzle. Chase has long been a leader in international banking partnerships with Iraq. They're already tied into major oil-related financial projects and international payment systems. Wells Fargo has spent years modernizing its digital currency verification tools, so they'll be able to instantly verify dinar once the new rate connects to global exchanges. Bank of America specializes in large-scale institutional transfers and compliance operations, ensuring everything runs within international law. And Citibank, often quiet but powerful, has some of the deepest financial links across the Middle East, making them perfectly positioned for post-RV private wealth and exchange management. What sets these 4 apart isn't just that they're ready, it's that they're connected. Each has digital pipelines directly linked to international payment systems, the same ones the CBI and the Treasury are now aligning for Iraq's new financial infrastructure. When the dinar goes live internationally, these banks will be among the first to see it. Their internal rate screens will update in real time, showing the new rate, the conversion options, and the verification process for registered dinar holders. If you walk into a small local bank when this happens, there's a good chance they'll have no clue what's going on. They'll have to contact their headquarters or worse, tell you they don't handle that currency. But these big 4, they'll be ready from day one. That's why CBI chose them. The central bank wants total transparency and accountability. No side deals, no gray market trades, and no shady brokers. Every legitimate exchange will go through an approved, regulated institution that reports directly to both governments. So let's break down what the exchange process will likely look like. First, you'll schedule an appointment, probably online or through direct contact with the bank's currency exchange department. Next, you'll bring your ID and your dinar notes. They'll scan and authenticate them using the new verification technology connected directly to the CBI's system. After verification, your banker will show you the live rate right there on screen. You can choose whether to exchange all or just part of your holdings. Once confirmed, your funds will go straight into your account, either in US dollars or in dinar, depending on your choice, and the system will automatically log your transaction with the Treasury and the CBI. No middlemen, no waiting weeks, no risky paperwork. It'll all be digital, instant, and secure. This development tells us two major things. First, the system is ready, or very close to it. Second, the authorities are locking it down to prevent chaos and protect everyone involved. This is not a free-for-all. It's a coordinated rollout designed for stability and order. That's how you know it's real. If your local or regional bank isn't listed among the approved 4, don't panic. This is just the first phase. Smaller banks will likely be connected later once the initial wave of exchanges proves successful and stable. It's the same method used for any major financial launch. Start small, stay secure, and expand once everything's running smoothly. So what can you do to prepare right now? First, keep your dinar stored safely and organized. Second, check whether you already have an account with any of the 4 approved banks. If you don't, it might be smart to open one. Even a simple account could save you time when exchanges begin. Third, make sure all your identification and verification documents, your passport, ID card, proof of address, are current and ready to go. And finally, stay calm. Preparation is your best strategy. Here's something most people overlook. The U.S. Treasury isn't just observing, it's overseeing this entire process. Every dinar exchange will involve dollar conversions, which means U.S. settlement systems and compliance oversight. The Treasury's direct supervision guarantees that exchanges are secure, traceable, and legitimate. This also means there will be no more fake private exchange groups or special contract rates floating around online. If it's not one of the 4 approved banks, it's not official, period. Insiders have also revealed that as early as last month, internal bank memos were distributed to branch managers instructing them to prepare for what's called a foreign currency event protocol. That might sound routine, but it's not. This is specific training for a high-volume, high-value currency conversion, something that fits perfectly with what's coming. These banks aren't testing. They're preparing for activation. Meanwhile, in Iraq, the central bank has been moving in sync. They've been upgrading digital payment systems, enhancing currency verification tools, and linking Iraqi financial networks directly to international platforms, many of which are tied through J.P. Morgan and the Federal Reserve. The CBI recently confirmed they're completing exchange readiness procedures with global partners, and that phrase says it all. Every major indicator lines up right now. Iraq's reserves are at record highs, oil revenue is strong, inflation is under control, and the digital dinar framework is entering its final phase. Combine that with the bank's readiness and treasury coordination, and the entire system is positioned for activation. For dinar holders, that means this isn't just talk anymore. It's becoming tangible. Once the exchange officially begins, expect it to roll out in stages. First, a limited opening for verified holders. Then, as systems stabilize, wider public access will follow. You may also see new financial products introduced, dinar-based savings accounts, debit cards, and digital wallets linked to international banking networks. This won't be a one-day rush. It's a structured transition as Iraq takes its rightful place on the global financial stage. Let's make one thing clear. If anyone outside these 4 approved banks offers you a special rate or a private group deal, walk away. There are no secret rates, no hidden contracts, and no private exchanges beyond the official system. The only legitimate rates will come directly from the CBI Treasury network visible to those 4 banks. If you're in that system, you'll get the real rate. If not, you're stepping into danger. You can feel the momentum building, the coordination, the quiet preparation, the alignment between Iraq, the Treasury, and the banking giants. It's no longer about if this happens. It's about when. The infrastructure is done, the agreements are signed, and the participants are ready. So stay focused. Don't get caught up in speculation or rumors. Everything points toward a carefully managed, fully secured exchange process. And when that window opens, it could move fast. Make sure you know your bank, your documents, and your plan. As we wrap up, here's the big picture. Only 4 banks. Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citibank have official approval to handle Iraqi Dinar exchanges when the RV goes live. They're already integrated into the Treasury and CBI networks, waiting for rate activation. The framework is built, the systems are synced, and every sign shows we're nearing the real moment. So I'll ask again, are you ready? Because when that signal comes, the opportunity could be brief but life-changing. Stay calm, stay prepared, and make sure you're positioned for success. If you found this update helpful, hit that like button, share it with other Dinar holders, and subscribe for more real-time updates as the story continues to unfold. Thanks for watching Iraqi Dinar. Stay hopeful, stay informed, and stay ready. And before you go, a quick tip. Open Google, search for dinaropinions.com, and check out that site for the latest Dinar news, expert discussions, and fresh updates from across the community. You'll find everything you need in one place.